when I'm an absolutely selfish bastard and I put business success and money in front of everything. It doesn't do too good in my marriage with my wife. Even though I'm very in love with my wife, and we have a great marriage. And then when I put God first, and I put my wife first, and family first, then my business does even better. But it doesn't feel like it. Because that motor running inside of you that feels momentum and has to feel it, that's addicted to the momentum of go, 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 go. It might be an old part of you that's stuck in survival mode that no longer serves you. My brother, you have leveled up this very moment, and you don't have to run like your hair is on fire anymore. You might be able to go from first, second to third gear and slow down a little and make more strategic decisions. 1, leveling up your worth and your worthiness as a man, and knowing if you put your feet on the ground and you breathe, stand up a little bit straighter and believe in yourself and know in your heart you deserve it. It's a whole new level. And by that very act of just doing that and being that, it rearranges your entire nervous system, and now you'll figure out that people actually behave differently around you. They treat you differently when you take yourself serious. I've met hundreds, maybe even thousands of landscapers at this point in person. And it's so impressive to me when I see these guys that go from just starting their business and they're scared. They're in survival mode. Maybe they're leaving a job and they want to go full time. They might have families. And then I see them a year later. They're getting the hang of it. And then I see them about 2 years later. Boom. Chest sticking out. They're like totally different person. And I'm not talking about ego. I mean like genuinely being proud of yourself. So, there's 2 questions. Are you running for your lunch? Or are you running for your life? We used to say that in network marketing all the time, man. So, there's a lot of stuff I don't talk about on social media as much as I used to. I used to make these deep night videos. And they don't work out too well with my wife when I'm walking around. And she wants me to go to bed, right? Because I stay up. I'm a night owl. And that's when my brain gets the most creative. That's when I wrote in my books. I've created my online courses. That's when I can think. Because the chaos of the day is over, right? I used to talk about very deep topics. I just wanted to be as real as possible on social media. That was my goal from the beginning. I was like, as long as I'm not negative, I'm real, and I speak my truth, then I'll feel like I'm in alignment and integrity, right? And I guess what happened was a lot of people related to that. I mean, we've got millions of views online, collectively, my videos, and a lot of people started showing up, DMing me and emailing me their entire life story. And I was like, it was a lot of weight on my shoulders. I was like, bro, I'm not a freaking therapist. And I wanted to help people so bad. I was making all these videos for free and not making any money on social media. 2016, my wife, I come home from work and she's like packing her stuff. She's like, I'm going back to my mom's. She started throwing the D word around. And so at this point now, I got so upset. I felt so hurt and I felt so betrayed. Because I was like, she's like, you spent all this time landscaping and making all these videos and talking to all these people that you don't even know. And I know you're trying to help them, but what about us? You don't even spend any time with me. And I was like, but I just want to help people. Like I almost had tears in my eyes. I felt misunderstood by her, but I wasn't seeing her heart. I don't know what got into me. I felt like something was so deeply important to me and she didn't see it. I don't know. I started packing my stuff. I was like, screw that. I'm leaving. So I packed up a little bit of stuff and I threw whatever would fit in my old pickup truck. The old Called it the Bear. It was after the Blue Goose. It was my gray F-150. And I loved that truck. So I pack my stuff. It's the middle of July, and I'm driving, sitting in traffic now, because I live in a metropolis city in Michigan. I didn't even know where I was going to go. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, my friend Joshua Latimer calls me. He's like very successful. He teaches family systems and business systems. And I pick up the phone. I'm sitting in traffic with my stuff packed, and he's like, "What's up, sucker?" I was like, I didn't even care, bro. I was like, dude, I got my stuff packed. I don't know where I'm going right now, but it looks like my wife and I are splitting up. He's funny. He did something called a pattern interrupt. He says, "What?" I'm like, "What? I'm serious, bro." He's like, "She doesn't want that." He goes, "All she wants is you, bro." And I'm like, "Bro." I told him all my problems, right? And he's like, "Listen, have you ever heard of date night?" And I'm like, "Date night?" He's like, "Yeah, bro. One night a week, you pick a night with your wife, and you do a date night, right? You could play games, hang out, go out to eat, do whatever. Just one night a week." I was like, "I don't have time for that, bro. I'm trying to run this business. Well, I'm so busy. I'm like, I don't even have a minute for myself." He's like, "Well, if you want to have a happy marriage, you better make time, right?" And so it's like you take a dedicated time per week, right? And so I was like, you know what? I was in dire straits. And so when the pain of staying the same gets worse than the pain of changing, you'll change. And if you get in a painful enough spot and you're in dire straits, your mind will open up to, hey, maybe I'm stuck in this line of thinking and it feels like I'm dying right now. I'm willing to take some of his advice, right? I was stubborn. So I turn around in my truck, I go back home. I was gone like not even 20 minutes. I walk in the front door and my wife is like in the kitchen. And I open the door and I put my foot through the front door of our 2-bedroom apartment now. And she looks at me, she goes, "What the hell are you doing here?" And then without I look at her, I go, "I want to do date night." And she looks at me, because we just broke up 20 minutes ago. I said, "I want to do date night." She looked at me, she goes, "Date night or date night? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Date night?" She goes, "When?" I go, "It's Tuesday, right now, starting tonight." She looked at me. She's like, "Okay." So next thing you know, we're sitting in the car together. I like to be in the passenger seat so I can message customers on my phone and all. And we're on our way to a restaurant, like Red Robin or something. I had anxiety so bad because I had so many customers to get back to, and I freaked out and I almost jumped out of the car at a red light. So stupid. But I didn't. We got in an argument, and we did date night every Tuesday night. It was like 2-3 weeks later, Joshua Latimer calls me up and he's like, "Bro, what's up, sucker? How's date night going?" And I was like, "Dude, my wife and I are getting in an argument every date night." I'm like, "I don't have time for this, bro. I'm so swamped in my business. If I don't get back like to my employees and let them know where the job is going to be tomorrow, get back to the customer and do a materials list." He goes, No. You're doing it all wrong, bro." I was like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, No. He goes, "Date night is the ultimate excuse." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Listen, you hustle your tail off all week and you run and you get all this stuff done to be hyper efficient. So when date night comes, you know that's your ultimate excuse to say F it to everything and spend time with your wife. Like, it's the ultimate excuse, right?"
and you're not getting out of it, so you might as well just say screw it. But it makes you be hyper efficient. I said, I like this. So let me hustle, especially on Tuesday, because that's the date night. I'm going to hustle and get as much as I possibly can done before I walk in the door from work, to shower and get ready to go to date night. I better have all this stuff done, because once Tuesday evening hits, it's date night, right? So I tried it, what he said. I said, you know what? Yes. I never give myself like an ultimate excuse. And if I want to have a happy marriage, I better just do what he said. So I did it. I said, you know what? Ultimate excuse. Date night. Because my marriage is going to come before my business, or I'm not going to have a marriage. My wife and I go out to dinner. It was the best night we ever had, bro. I was so relaxed. We're having fun. She's looking in my eyes, gorgeous, and just like, I felt on top of the world, like we had just gotten married. And I didn't care to look at my phone or anything. I didn't care. And next morning I woke up, handled everything, and everything was okay. I called Joshua Latimer back. I said, bro, this is amazing. He goes, see, I told you, sucker. So my wife and I have had 444, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, somewhere around 450 consecutive date nights since 2016. And so I don't think we would ever get divorced, but it's saved my marriage for sure. It's been incredible. And I'm not the type of guy to sit around and watch movies and shit, but I'll tell you one thing. We've watched like the original Superman movies. We've watched Marvel comics. We've watched love stories. We've gone out to dinner. And we've only missed a few date nights. I think 1 or 2. My wife had something really very important she had to go do, or I was like out of town speaking or something, or at some live event. But we just catch right up. So that's what's so cool about what we call a family system, is that if something happens that you get off track, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. You just get right back on track to the system. The system has that automaticity. So it's you have business systems and you have family systems. Another family system is we eat dinner at the dinner table every single evening. And like you could have a rule like no dinner, no phones at the dinner table, right? Here's another family system that I'm not sitting here trying to preach to. I'm just sharing some stuff that I'm finding that's worked. When you get home from work, you've got a million things going on. When you pull up in the driveway, especially like right now, we call it the 100 Days of Hell. I think I'm going to switch it and call it the 100 Days of Heaven. It's from April to 1st to like July 4th. You're just running like your hair's on fire. 100 Days of Heaven, I like that. So when you get home and you shut your truck off, leave your phone, or in my case, phones, leave them in the truck. And take 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to release. 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 Leave your phones in your truck and then go in the house present. Greet your family, greet your pets, take a shower, eat dinner with your family. And then after you've done that and after you've eaten dinner and you're present, right? Then you can go out and grab your phones and do what you got to do. But it's like that golden hour is so important because if you walk in the door carrying the burden of work or whatever else is going on in the door, you're not being responsible for the energy that you're bringing into your home, right? So I'm not saying everybody's nobody's perfect, right? There's only one perfect man who walked the planet, and who do you think he is? Let me know in the comments below, because I know who he is. So I had to sneak that in there. But my point is, there's these subtle little tiny, like, I don't know if they're like life hacks or something, but and you learn the saying, choose your battles wisely. I've heard these sayings, what was it? Either all in or you're all out, or you're on the same team. That's what it is. So you get to this point where you realize, wait a second, are we on the same team or not? And in their spiral dynamics and value hierarchies, which means like you can grow at different rates with the people that are closest to you, especially like with your spouse. So what I think is really cool is if, like, I went through this phase where, like, I don't know how, but my wife, she consciously matured faster than me. Like, her, I can't even put my finger on it, but part of her consciousness just shot up, and she matured faster than me, and it kind of left me behind in the dust. My wife is very super conscious, and so I was just such a workaholic that I wasn't on her level, and it caused a chasm, like a gap, and it caused a lot of suffering in our marriage for, like, I don't know, let's just say over a year. And then what happened was I woke up in my consciousness, and I shot up and became super conscious. I think it was like, 2017, 2018. I just did a lot of meditating and stuff, and then I became very, like, calm, like I became her rock. And I matured in that area, which I think probably maybe beyond her, and I became her calm. The calm in the storm. And so it's like, my whole point is that you can mature at different rates. And the cool, beautiful thing about being married is that you're yoked together, and then you level each other up, and you become like a power couple. And so you always have her back no matter what, and you're always loyal and faithful, and you support her and encourage her. The feminine grows through praise and support and encouragement, and the praise and support, and the masculine grows through challenge, right? Like, you look at a man and say, I challenge you. I don't think you got the guts to do what it takes to get you. And you talk to a masculine man like that, he's like, what, huh? You said you don't think I have what it takes, huh? I'll show you I have what it takes, starting right now. and then that's how you watch a dude just level right up. You just challenge him. I challenge you. I challenge you, respectfully. One last thing I'll say. Crazy thing is, I'll just tell you the short part of it. I woke up one morning and I realized that all these years, my wife is normally 25 feet away from me. She was in the kitchen making coffee. And it hit me like a ton of bricks how blessed I am. And that this whole time, she's been 25 feet away from me. I ran into the kitchen and I spun her around and I started hugging and kissing her like I hadn't seen her in 10 years. And she's like, whoa, what's gotten into you? And she felt my heart. And ever since then, bro, like kind of like Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher, he says things, amazing things. He puts his wife, he very much honors his wife. He talks about it on social media. He's awesome. It's like, bro, I'll lay down my jacket so my wife can walk over a puddle. I'll lay down in mud so she can walk across my back, bro. I would do anything for her. I would do anything for her. My love is conscious.
My love is a choice. And my love, I love it. I don't have any. I don't even know how to explain it. But as a man, I believe that real success it goes way, way deeper than accomplishments or accolades or business or money, success and all that stuff. I think you have to define what it is for you. One of the most deepest parts of success to me is the depth of love that I feel in my heart. You are the Bentley. You are the Bentley. You're the Bentley. And I'll talk deeper about that in a different video. Basically what I'm saying is you can literally go for a jog or go running or go work out, and the feeling that you feel when you feel naturally high in love with your own life is higher than any materialistic thing can get you. So when you live in a state of gratitude and you're consciously aware, that's a huge form of success right there. I'm Keith Kelfus. Let me know in the comments below what's up. If you like these night videos, let me know. I'll do more. Super excited. And I'll also put this as an episode on the Untrapped podcast so you can listen to it while you work on all podcast platforms. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I have an entire list of videos, whether you're just getting started or you've been in the business for several years. Hello, my friend.